had a little internet glitch right there, but we are right here back again. Once again, I want to say welcome to all of you. We're doing a very, very interesting subject today, and it's on brand building. And you know what? This topic is really close to my heart because it is something that I need as a presenter, a moderator, an anchor. This is something that we all need, to build ourselves as brands. And we have somebody here who has built many brands. Okay, let me introduce you formally, Serena. Her name is Serena De Silva Menezes. I'd like to say that she's built me. Just kidding. Okay, so she's built great brands, and some of them are the Taj at Hotel Kerala, the Club Mumbai, from inception. She's been there building that brand. Must have heard of the Club Mumbai, which is a very established club in the suburbs in Ontario. And she's instrumental in putting this whole thing together for years. Okay, so we have her with us, and without much ado, I think we're going to sail into this conversation with Serena Menezes. He's going to help us to understand ourselves and how we need to portray ourselves to the world. Are we ready, Serena?
Absolutely. Can't wait.
Fantastic. Okay, so Serena, I have my first question for you. What is branding? Isn't it about expensive clothes and shoes and jewelry? How can we make this relevant to ourselves?
Right. So you're absolutely right when you say that branding is connected with clothes, jewelry, the cars we drive, and the kind of the expensive or the niche products that it is associated with. But think of it, Michelle, when you wake up in the morning, you are sleeping on a bed that has a name. There's a brand that is attached to it. It's a brand name. You wear your night clothes, which are branded. You are covering yourself in a bed cover or a bed sheet, which is branded. Then what do? You wake up in the morning, you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth with a toothbrush, that has a brand name. Your toothpaste has a brand name. You go and have your breakfast cereal has a brand name. Your milk has a brand name. And then you go off to work in your car is branded. You go to work, your stationery on your table is branded. So you see, we're surrounded by brands today. Unfortunately, we associated brands to only very niche or expensive items or products that we are connected with or people are connected with, and that's because it is marketed that way. But you yourself are a brand. The day you were born, the day you were named, your parents gave you a name, that itself was a brand. Now, how you manage this brand, what are the kind of things you do with your name and with that product, and the name of that product is called branding. So for example, let me start by doing a little exercise with you. Let me see how clever you are. You are very clever, but let me see if you can understand. So for the audience as well, if you know the answer, write the answer in the comment box. What brand is this, Michelle?
Nike.
Very good. So these are mnemonics, which I have not put the name under, but you have to guess what brand they are. Okay. If there were children in your room, they would know this one.
Of course, I have a child in me. It's McDonald's.
Very good. And then this one.
Oh, how I wish I had an apple.
And this one.
Wow, and I someday I'm going to drive that Mercedes car.
Good, you are very clever. And this one?
Oh, wow, what is this? What is this, guys? Anybody help me with this one? Anybody with that brand? I can't relate to that, sorry.
So they say get your fix with Netflix. It's Netflix.
Oh,
all right.
Gosh, I can see the end probably. Oh, yeah, okay. Netflix,
So
absolutely.
pardon my drawing and sketching. Now you know what I've been doing all morning. So I don't have a printer, so I couldn't print out these mnemonics. So I grabbed my daughter's paints and some paper, and I painted these, and I said, let me do this trick with Michelle. Now you see, these are strong brands. Immediately, there was no name under it. But as soon as you saw the mnemonic, you could identify it by the brand name. So if you walked into a room without putting your name in front of you, Michelle, because people recognize your face, they'll say, "Here comes Michelle." Okay? So now you understand the association with the brand. So these are very well known brands, but once upon a time they were unknown. And there were things that they did, and they had something that they kept on doing correct, good, well, that made them established brands. In the same way, like I said, the day you were born, you were given a name and you become a brand. Now, the brand, like you, has a personality, and it has certain features and attributes that make a personality. Like you said, Mercedes, one fine day I want to drive it, and there are certain features of a Mercedes that people chase after, right? Its reliability, its engine, the sleekness about it, the sheer color or the way it drives. So it has a personality. So do the Apple phones. There is a certain promise that the brand has, and it fulfills that promise to you when you buy it, because you buy it for a particular price. Netflix, there are certain expectations on the quality of content that you watch, you see. And then you have, well, what else did I show you? Nike and McDonald's, right? So it is so associated. So I picked up food, clothing, television, because all these things we are surrounded by them, and this is what makes up a brand. Have
Wow,
I answered your
thank you
question?
for that. Yes, Serena, I'm going to move on to my next question
Yes.
immediately. So
Go on.
what do you term as personal branding? You said there was,
Yes.
there is a connect with our last talk that we did. So how can
Yes.
we personally brand ourselves?
Yes. So once you identify your purpose, and once you identify who you are, identify what you would like the world to know you for, I think that our journey of personal branding starts. And personal branding, Michelle, is nothing. It is simply put by it's making yourself known for what you want to be known for. That's it.
Okay.
It's exactly that. So what you are, you want the world to see what you would like them to see about you and know about you. So who are you? So imagine if you were invited in this very high flown party, and you walked into the room. You would have people saying, "Who is she? Who are you?" Right? But then, if you go for a couple of parties and the similar parties and similar networking events, people now know you, that you are Michelle. And then and you get invited to these parties. Now, what do people react to you? They say, "You know what? Thank you for being here. Thank you, Michelle, for coming. That's really nice of you to come." So from an unknown, you become known. And that is the journey of a brand, where from an unknown, you become known. Now, why is it important for us as individuals? Why would anybody choose you? Or why would anybody choose us? You have been a compare for, I think, about 6 to 7 years now, right? Why would anyone hire you? Why would anyone give you a project? Why would anyone want to do business with you? Or if there are young people here, unmarried people, single people, why would anyone go on a date with you? Okay, so there is something unique about you. There is something absolutely unique that date is seeing in you, or that potential date is seeing in you, or that guy is seeing in you. And so are your clients. They're seeing something unique in you, and you know that you are unique. But Michelle, how does the other person know you are unique? You see, how does the other person know that Michelle is a great
Correct.
compare? unless Michelle presents herself as a compare, says she's a compare, and does things to present herself as a compare. So that is why personal branding is very important. Again, I'm saying making yourself known for what you want to be known for is personal branding. It's as simple as that. Of course, we'll unpack it as we go along on how we go about doing that.
Sure. Okay. Thank you for that, Serena. Tell us, why is it important for us to engage in this so-called personal branding? I mean, how does it
Yes.
really help?
See, it's as simple as that, Michelle. If you don't brand yourself, somebody else will brand you, right? Because we are constantly being watched digitally. What you're dressing, how you're dressing, what kind of parties you go to, what kind of comments you make on somebody else's digital platform. Someone else will attach their ideas about you, you know. Hence, it is time to take charge of your own brand. It's time for you to let people understand you as the way you want them to understand you as. So, before I came on this talk, and the people who don't know me, I'm sure you already checked out my profile before you got onto this talk today. Either you Googled me, either you checked me out on FB or LinkedIn or Instagram. I don't know where you may have found me in the web world. So it's about managing your name, even if you don't have a business. So there is this myth that people have that, oh, but I'm just a person. I don't have my own business. So what does it mean by branding myself? Okay, you don't. If you don't do something about it, you will do disservice to yourself because everyone is checking you out, even a potential date. So think about your last meeting that you had with a client or with a business partner or somebody that you were meeting for the first time. I'm sure before you went and met that person, you checked out about that person. Who is this person? Where has he worked? If you're a salesperson or you're a marketing person and you're going to do business with a particular client, you've already found out where he used to work before or what kind of business he was in and where he has studied and what kind of a personality I'm going to be meeting. So you are being judged also by the photos that you put up. So, a lot of times we carelessly put up any kind of pictures on Facebook. And people are constantly judging you by that. I remember a friend who I got in touch with after a very long time, probably after 20, 25 years. And he said to me, and he saw my pictures on Facebook. And these were actually work pictures. Because of the industry that I am in, we have to dress well, and we attend a lot of networking events. And I use my FB to put up some of the events that I go to and some of the activities that I am part of. And I remember him making a comment saying, you like to dress up. You like dressing. And I said, where did you pick that up from? Because I had not met the person. So he said, I've seen some pictures of you, and you wear very nice clothes. And I said, oh, that. I said, that's an occupational hazard. Yes, I have to wear those kind of clothes because I'm at work. But I never thought somebody would make a comment like that, right? Who is we? I knew somebody in at work who one day came and he pulled down all his pictures on Facebook. And we're like, what's wrong with you? What happened? And he said, my mom and dad are finding me a girl to get married. There's a marriage proposal coming up and they might check my pictures out. I know what kind of pictures he had on Facebook, but they will have a particular impression of me if they see those pictures. So you see, constantly we are feeding the world with things that we sometimes carelessly put up. And then we wonder, how did this person think like this about me? So that's why it's important to engage in personal branding. And I think to be very, very mindful of how we conduct ourselves on these different platforms that we are involved with.
Okay. Thank you for that, Serena. I'm going to move on to our very next question. What are the different aspects of personal branding? Um,
Yes.
yeah, something that you would like to throw light on?
Yes. So I'll go a little professional now. So there may be many people in the audience here who have a little business, who work in professional companies. There may be people who have their little businesses. Maybe you are a home chef. Maybe you produce, you manufacture, you produce something. Maybe you are a personality who would like people to know, would like the world to know of. Or maybe you're starting your own business. Or I know a friend of mine who said she now wants to get into yoga. There was another friend of mine who wants to become a fitness trainer. There's another friend of mine who wants the world to know that she can cook, and she's a chef. She's a trained chef. So you may have these different reasons why you might want to brand yourself. But there are four key reasons why personal branding is important, and those I'm just going to unpack them now. Number one, new opportunities. When you are known, there is a reason for people to get in touch with you. If you're a specialist, if you're accessible, if you're approachable, you're available, these are opportunities that you will get for your projects, for your business, or even for a job. You might be hunting for a job and people need to see who are you, who is this person, what is their background. Gone are the days when they would wait for your CV. They will go immediately to your LinkedIn and see your background. Number two, uh, it is also very important to inspire trust and confidence in your in the people who would want to know about you. So why do we buy a brand, for example? So Marks and Spencer's is synonymous with lingerie. I mean, I go to Marks and Spencers for that because I know that that's the brand I can trust. That's the brand that gives me good quality lingerie or clothing. We know MAC. MAC is synonymous for makeup. If you want good makeup, if you want quality makeup, it's synonymous with makeup. If there are mothers here or parents here, when you have to buy diapers for your baby, you would go for Pampers or Huggies immediately, right? Because immediately yes, there is quality, there's trust. Johnson and Johnson. If you don't know what lotion to buy, what cream to buy, I bet you'll go and buy Johnson and Johnson. Now, why? Because you trust the quality and the brand, because there is an investment that is made in that brand to build the confidence in the customers and to inspire us to buy it. Okay. There's also dependability. These brands can be depended upon. Also, you get recommended. So, for example, you are a compare and an anchor and now a moderator and a host. If people like you, if people know you are dependable, if people know you are confident, if people know that you handle the events and the webinars well, you will get recommended. People will recommend you very confidently and say this is somebody that you should get in touch with. So this is why personal branding is very important. Number three, you have to stand out from the crowd. Now imagine, like commodities, there are many yous, right? There are many people like you. There are many brands. There are many diaper brands. If you are looking for a job, there are many candidates for that job. But why should that person, why should the company, why should that business hire you? So there should be something that you present, or there should be something that you have presented in your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your Instagram that would make you stand out. And that is why personal branding helps in helping you to stand out. Number four, as I said before, someone is always checking you out, whether they are Google searching you, they have already made an opinion about you even before they meet you. They always check out what is written about you. There are some people who write things about you, so they would always read that, what is written about you. Or maybe you are a personality who the press writes about, right? So what the press writes about you also makes an impression on the people reading it. Also, what you write on about others and the photos that you post up there, So what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to say is whatever that we do, we have to try to create a good impression. You have to be known for the good things and try not to be known for the not so good things. So the other aspects of personal branding are, and why do you, and so what do you do? First of
Yeah.
all, you have to think, how do you want the world to perceive you?
Okay.
What do you want the world to know about you and think about you? And the world will suddenly understand what Michelle loves. What is she passionate about? What is she good at? And then you have to think, how am I going to make money with it? Yeah. So if you check me out, I mean, you know me, of course, but if there are other people here and if you Google me and check me out and whatever, you will know that I come from the hospitality industry. You know that I'm a marketer. You would know that I love traveling if you read my blog. So if you found me on my blog, you will see that I've traveled so much and I've written about it. You will know that I write. You will know that I speak at events. Maybe it has popped out that up that Serena has spoken here, there, whatever. Maybe like my friend saw me at all these, saw my pictures in all these different events. Maybe you would have an impression that she knows a lot of people, that she knows HNIs, that she knows people who are well placed. So these are the impressions that you create once you brand yourself personally. Let me go a bit further and unpack it and make it a little clear by giving you some examples. My favorite one, Michelle, favorite one is Princess Diana. Okay. She had nothing to sell. Did she have anything to sell? No. Did she have anything to, present herself or propagate or do any business with or do something for applying for a job?
Yes,
No. It's
by
just the way she
herself.
dressed, the way she conducted herself, the NGOs or the charities that she associated herself with, the way she traveled, the way she conducted herself with her children, and all that we read about. And little did we realize that she was a brand ambassador for the royal family, right? Only after she died did people realize the kind of impact that she had around the world about the royal family. She was the one who actually gravitated the tourism to England and to United Kingdom. People actually came to see the Buckingham Palace and the royalty and wanted to know about the royal family because Princess Diana was such a great ambassador for England and for the royal family. So she's one example. The other favorite example I have is of Mother Teresa. She never did anything for publicity. She was not in the digital world at all. But what we know about these two ladies is that they were compassionate individuals. They had a heart for people and they wanted to make a difference in the world. And that is, I'm sure, exactly what they wanted people to know them about. One was glamorous and the other one was a very simple lady. Both the genders were the same. But look at the strength of the brand of their names. You know, it didn't they weren't fancy names, they were just Diana and Teresa. But we immediately associate with those personalities when you hear these names.
Yeah.
Somewhere closer to home are Khan boys in Bollywood. So Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, Amir Khan, all three are Khans, but they have three different personalities, three different fan following, and also three different brands that they make themselves out to be, right? And of course, go on. You want to say something? Say something,
No,
Michelle?
no, I am trying to say that, these guys are the big brands and they
We can't
have,
hear you, Michelle. We can't hear.
like they have big, these guys are the big brands and they have PR agencies to run and to help them, conduct all their services. So I want to come to that question next, that how is this imperative for ordinary people? I mean, how do you build your brand if you are not a name but you want to get there?
Yes. So, see, this is your next question. I would think so. We'll go into that immediately. So, for people like you and me and the audience here who may or may not have a business, we may not have the budget to hire a PR firm or a marketing firm to do these kind of things for us. But we can do much. We can do thanks to the digital revolution. You know, we are very, very fortunate that we're living in an era or living in a world where it is very quick to pass information, to publicize information at little or no cost. Absolutely no cost if you do not want to spend that kind of money. The only thing you have to spend is some time on yourself. The only thing you have to do is spend some time on understanding who you are and promoting yourself. And I would think LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and even your own blog, if you write, are amazing platforms to do this on. You must be present in more than one, because some of your customers or your stakeholders may dominate more on one than the other, right? And for example, the young people are on Instagram, but the 40 plus are a lot on Facebook. You have personalities on Twitters, because Twitter is used mostly to make comments and to make express your opinion. You may have, if you're a writer, and there are people who love to write about experiences, they have blogs. So you know, a lot in the last 5 years we saw an emergence and people following bloggers. And if you're a lifestyle brand, then being a blogger is a great idea. So the more places you're visible, it's good, because, and you have to be careful about what you say, how you say, when you say, why you say, and where you say it, because you don't want to be known for the wrong reasons. So I would suggest, and my advice would be, if you're a professional, you need to be on LinkedIn, and you need to regularly post. Make sure you write your summary well. Make sure you write your achievements. I know many people who feel like they're bragging or they're boasting. You're not. It's your professional profile, you see. So if you have some achievements, please mention it. If you are if you want to post something, if you can write very well, please post it. Also, there is, at the bottom of LinkedIn, there is recommendations. If you know of people who can recommend you or write a recommendation for you, get that done. About 5 or 6 recommendations are good. For freelancers like you, I would say Instagram is a great place. You put good pictures, very nice, attractive pictures. Keep updating, telling people what you've been doing. Keep it trendy, keep it relevant. You can do videos now. You can put up videos and you know, yeah, connect with the crowd with good content. Content is king. You have to remember that. If you've got good content, people want to consume content. And especially now in this lockdown time, the amount of technology we are consuming, I mean, what is there to do? How much of house cleaning can you do and cooking you can do? There's also not much work to be done. So there's a lot of people you know, going and understanding and updating themselves where technology is concerned. Like I said about the blog, keep it simple, well designed, authentic, and what you'd like to write about. For businesses, you must have a website. Okay, keep it simple, but you must have a website, because people like to see that you are a genuine business and you're not a fly by night. So when you have a website, a nice looking website on wix.com, very easy, people know that you have a genuine business running, and it's not something that is fly by night. And Facebook is for anyone that you know. I use it mostly for family and friends. Facebook, so I don't put my professional things there, except some nice event pictures. I use LinkedIn a lot for myself, and my style is posting once a week, writing something of my own once a week, and posting about my events. So that's one thing. I know we are all in the lockdown now, but once things open up, it's good to attend networking events, you know, where you meet other people. You could also be a speaker, you could be a moderator, you could be on the panel. You should be visible. People should see you, people should hear you, and all this helps to build your brand. So look at the kind of things I have suggested that you can do to build your brand. So you don't have to have a big advertising firm coming up with an ad for you, or you don't have to walk with a label around you saying, I'm an interior designer or I'm a fashion designer. Your work can speak for itself, but don't be shy to present yourself. You are not bragging. If you're bragging only to your peers, but you're never bragging to your customer and to people above you who might hire you or do business with you. And a lot of people say, oh, when should I do it? Should I do it when I become a little bigger, when my business picks up a little more? Or a friend of mine said, I have no work. uh, how can I do it now? Let me get some work and then I'll do it. No. Did your mother wait for you to become 3 years old and then name you? No, she named you immediately, right? In fact, if that mother was someone like me, I would have already found the name even before the child was born. So yeah, so when is the good time? You should not wait. You have to do it now. You have to do it now, because you never know when you might want a career switch, when you might want a new job search, when you might want to launch your business, and when somebody might like what you're doing, like your personality, like your business strategy, and want to do business with you. So I think that's all I can say, that and say and encourage, saying that this should be a next step in order to promote yourself and to present yourself to how the world should see you.
Yeah, I think that summed it up very well. We have the last 10 minutes, everybody. We have the last 10 minutes. In case you have any questions, I request you to please connect with us. I seen a question coming up before, Serena. Being a marketing professional, someone said that they're very good at marketing other people's brands and people where they work at, but when it comes to promoting or marketing themselves, they find it very, very tough. So could you share some light on how can one, overcome this thought?
Good question, Michelle. It's $1 million question. I myself am guilty of this for my own self. I used to be the type who's very happy to be at the back and do all the things, all the marketing activities and all the marketing for the company I work for and for the brands that I work for. But I would never be in front myself. And it was only about a year or two ago I realized that my LinkedIn looks horrible, my Facebook is old, it has old pictures there, I have not written my blog for such a long time, and I think it is very important to do that. At one of the forums which I attended, the speaker asked the marketers or asked people, why haven't you, what is stopping you? Believe me, people were very honest, and they said reasons like, I'm lazy, I don't know where to start from, I'm tired, I don't know how to go about it, I am not digital savvy. So these are all objections and hurdles that we put in front of ourselves, and we put it ourselves. So you need to dispel that, and you need to start working on what you are most comfortable with first. And once you get the hang of it, and once you know how to do it, you can get on with doing it. So you just have to overcome it and do it. And I hope today's talk will encourage you to do it.
Yes, I'm sure. I'm certain. It's at least encouraged me to promote and brand myself a little more effectively. Sarina, we have one more question from Glenn. Friends, we have 10 minutes more. So in case you have questions, please pen them down right now or just message it to us because in the next 10 minutes, we will have to sign out. Glenn asks the question, what brings down big brands?
Right. So if it's a big brand, Glenn, obviously it comes from a very big company, and it comes we'll have to look at the journey of the brand. Did it become big, and how did it become big? Now, I can only give you examples of two brands that I know that went down completely. If you guys remember Nokia phones, All of us had a Nokia phone at some point. If you were born in between 1970s and 80s, okay, you had a Nokia phone. Where is Nokia today? So what happened to that brand? It wasn't to do anything with marketing, but it was to do with research and development. They did not keep up with times. They became irrelevant. They did not research and come up with smartphones. And smartphone companies like iPhone, Samsung, and the others all took over the business, and Nokia was left behind. So there are many reasons why a brand can come down. Another one I can give you is Kodak. We all had Kodak cameras. We all had Kodak. You know, we used to have those reels and then go and get them developed and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
Kodak was at its pinnacle at one point, and everybody knows Kodak. But again, they failed to innovate. They failed to keep up with times. They failed to be relevant, and that's how Kodak went bankrupt. But if there is another reason, if it was not innovation, but there is something that this brand has come down for, sometimes it could be a mistake, like what happened with Maggie, where there was something in their product that tarnished the brand name, or it could be something that they have done drastically wrong and upsetted the consumer, that brings the brand down. So these are extreme cases, very, very extreme cases.
I hope
Charmaine asked this
that
question: how does a person stand out in the
out in
social
the
media
social
jungle?
media jungle. Yeah.
I did not get on to that in this session, but you need to find what is your unique selling proposition. It's called USP. So, for example, Michelle, can I take your example? So,
Huh.
say, for example, Michelle, I'm sure there are many compares in this city. So, what would stand out about Michelle? Why is Michelle different? What are some of the qualities, traits about Michelle as a compare which makes her stand out compared to competition? So, this is something that you have to really spend a lot of time on understanding and coming up. You will dabble with about 2 to 3 traits or 2 to 3 attributes that will make that particular brand or that person stand out. So let's take an example of Princess Diana. Okay, there were many people doing NGO work and charity work or whatever, but what made her stand out? She was very beautiful. She was presented well. She spoke well. She associated herself with good NGOs. So that made her stand out. So just to give you one example.
Okay.
Hopefully I've answered that, Charmaine, for you.
Yeah. So we have the last 5 minutes, Serena. You want to sum up? Do you want to sum up this whole? This lovely time that we had on branding. I know it is very imperative for each one of us to know that we are brands by ourselves, and so many a times we kind of take that for granted, really, and we do not use this to our maximum potential. So thank you so much with all your experience and all the stuff that you've told us today was really, really helpful. I'm sure people have been encouraged. But would you like to say something so we end this episode here with something that you would like to, cap it up with?
Yes, I'd like to take this opportunity to say to each and everyone here, and also when the others listen to this as a recording, please do take yourselves very seriously. You are blessed with talents, gifts, and qualities which others don't have. You have to identify those. If you're in business, there is some quality, something in your product that stands out. You need to find out what this quality or unique selling proposition is about yourself, and you have to work on yourself. Invent and reinvent yourself. Invent and reinvent yourself. Reskill yourself. Make sure that your CV on LinkedIn does not look like it looked 20 years ago. People are constantly checking you out, and be careful about what you write there, how you present yourself, and don't be lazy about it. There's a very easy excuse saying, I don't like digital. I think there's a big crowded, it's a crowded market there. It's not, you know, you just have to keep, if you want to keep things private, keep things private, but you must understand what you are there for on the digital platform, and you never know when you would when you need to be there. So present yourselves well, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, blogs, or Twitter. So that would be my advice and my suggestion. And of course, please message Michelle and me if you'd like us to touch upon any other topic. Maybe we can work on that and come back with another session.
Great. Yeah, so I think we can sum up right now, Serena. I want to
Thank you,
thank you
Michelle.
all for joining us. Thank you for showing us so much of love, all our friends. I can see Theo there, Forum there as always. Thank you. Thank you, everybody who's come in here to make this, to learn something from this session. Thank you, Serena, for your time today, for helping us. Like I said earlier, guys, Serena has been in marketing for the last 28 years. And I'm really, really honored that she has taken time out to share this with us today. We hope to bring you more such interesting sessions that could add value to your lives, your businesses, or to anything that you feel is important to build your career and to find your purpose. So, in case you have any suggestions that you would like to listen to or hear, please write to Serena personally. She's on LinkedIn. You could also connect with me, and we hope to bring you some more interesting sessions like this. Yeah? Okay. So we're going
Thank
to
you,
say bye to
Michelle.
all of
Thank you
you.
for having
Thank
me.
you, Sarina. Thank you very
Don't
much.
forget
We
to
hope you
record
enjoyed
this.
the session, everybody. Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.